Welcome to City Update. I'm Gab McRoberts, and today I'm joined by Lee Jernigan. He's the Assistant Director for the Public Services Department, and today we're talking about some recent changes that have been made to speed limits to streets across Fayetteville. Now, Lee, I understand there's been a number of streets that have had their speed limits changed. Tell me a little bit what streets were changed over.
Well, there were three streets that NCDOT identified to lower the speed limit, and those are Country Club Drive and Pamalee Drive. The road name changes, but that basically would be lowered from Bragg Boulevard all the way to Ramsey Street. And the second one was Cliffdale Road, and that section was lowered between Riley Road and Rayford Road to the western side of town, as well as Stoney Point Road. And that limit was lowered between Dundle Road and the Hope County line.
Now, I understand a lot of these changes were based off residents were concerned about the safety of the speed limit. Tell me a little bit about the process for that.
Yeah, well, we receive requests from citizens, residents, officials, as well as NCDOT. So as we have mentioned, the roads are under jurisdiction of NCDOT. So if our staff receives those requests, we immediately forward them along to DOT for their review to determine if a change needs to be made.
And what type of criteria are they typically looking at?
So they'll look at the roadway characteristics. They'll look at the speeds of which traffic is traveling. They may look at also at, say, accident history, again, like say roadway characteristics, how wide, how many lanes, what type of drainage, that sort of thing, and they'll determine whether or not the speed limit needs to be adjusted, and in this case, they determined that it would need to be.
Now, I know a lot of the work has already begun on changing the signs over, and there's a few streets left. How much, is that something that you guys handle, or is that something done by DOT?
Well, we partnered with DOT in this case. DOT has already revised the signing and replaced the 50-mile-an-hour signs with 45-mile-an-hour signs along the section of Country Club Drive, and Pamalee Drive. And they did that at the end of July. So we partnered with them. We put out our electronic message signs at each end of that corridor just to advise motorists that the change was upcoming. And then once the change was made, we advised them that the new speed limit was in effect.
Lee, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing all the information about some of the changes that you might see soon when you're driving around town. It might not be 55 anymore or 50. Instead, it's going to be 45, but it's to make sure that everybody's safe and driving safely. So, Lee, thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching.